If you have a plan, if you want to achieve something, if you have a goal for you, but you just get overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, you just get stuck in the research phase, this episode is going to help you to manifest more inner peace and more clarity so that you can achieve whatever goal you're wanting to achieve and feel good about yourself in the process. So if this is something that speaks to you, then keep on listening. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Mindful Introvert podcast. This podcast helps you to get inspiration to manifest a life in alignment with your true, confident, and intuitive being. I'm Jo from mindfulintrovert.com, an inner peace and abundance coach, and my purpose here is really to help you slow down, look inwards, and create a more peaceful life by learning to trust your intuition and exploring your spirituality at a soul level. Ready to be empowered? Let's get on with the episode. All right, so maybe you have a goal, especially now with the new year. Maybe you have a resolution, something that you want to be achieving, but you start to plan and you start to maybe even buy a new notebook and a new pen so you can begin this planning stage. And I'm calling myself out because sometimes I do this. So don't feel like I'm attacking you personally, because I'm not. Most likely I'm just speaking about myself and knowing that there are people out there that do the exact same. So we buy this new fancy notebook and whatnot, and we start to plan out. And we want everything to be perfect the first go. And so we plan, we research, we explore all of the different options. We understand exactly what it is that we want to be having, achieving, and we put it on paper. But we fail to do something very important. And a little bit more on that towards the end of this episode. But this is us, right? We're in that perfectionist type of way of planning, where we research and we just get consumed by all of this information. And all of this creates a lot of overwhelm, as expected, obviously. And we get tired. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm planning something and I get very exhausted and I just say, just going to have a break, just going to have a snack, or I'm going to just not do this for a while and watch something on telly or whatever, or go on social media to distract myself a bit from the discomfort that I'm feeling from over planning and bringing this overwhelm onto myself. And it's very likely that you do this as well, and you just feel stuck. You feel stuck because you feel like you're progressing, you feel like you're planning, you feel like you're evolving, you feel like you're going somewhere. But when it's time to actually go somewhere, you feel stuck because you're tired, you're exhausted, you don't have any energy left. You know that you need to take action, but it's much more comfortable in your comfort zone. Obviously, that's why it's called comfort zone. And so you don't take the next step, sometimes due to fear, other times it's most likely always due to fear, but this is an unconscious fear. And so we stay in this stage of overwhelm and lack of clarity. And this lack of clarity is very beneficial for us in a way, because it means that we have an excuse, and we can say that excuse to ourselves when we have that desire to pursue something. And we can say it to others as well. If we fail, or if we change our minds, or something like that, we have an excuse. But it gets to a point in life where that excuse is no longer valid. It starts to wear off. You start to become very tired of even coming up with that excuse. And you want more from life. You want to experience new things. You want to be challenged. You want to have some innovation, create something, and explore that creative side of you that wants to expand and wants to grow as a person. And so maybe you start to research a bit more in personal development, and maybe you acquire a new hobby, start something new. But all of this is just another distraction. It's useful, it's helpful, absolutely, to understand more about ourselves and to learn new things and new hobbies and spend more time with ourselves. But this can be a distraction. So it's important to reverse engineer your goals in the sense that you're not looking out to a set outcome. Rather, you're thinking about how you will feel once you achieve that outcome. So let's say an example of you want to make, and I'm just going to give this example that is just easier, but then I'll try to find another one. So let's say you want to make 100K in 2022. And that seems a very overwhelming a goal, at least for some people. Seems very overwhelming to make 100K in your in this year. But if you break it down small bits, and if you put small increments every month or every week or something like that, it's much more manageable. And it's even easier and more effective when you bring back the feeling of how you will feel once you achieve that. So let's imagine. Okay, so I'll just imagine how I would feel if I got 100K this year. So I would feel free. I would feel very expansive, very probably in tune with my intuition. I would feel like I could contribute even more to society. Because probably I would be doing what I love to do, and by doing so, I would be feeling the passion, and by feeling that passion, I would be uplifting humanity, or at least people that would be receiving that energy from me. So all of this has a big impact in me actually manifesting the 100K, right? Because if I'm thinking just about the money and not having a why behind the money, it's an empty goal. And this is a lot of this is the main problem when we are setting out goals, because we have empty goals. You know, that's the thing about the empty calories. Yes, they fulfill our immediate hunger levels, but they don't fulfill, and sometimes they give that instant reward that we want to be feeling, but they don't do anything good for ourselves, because our body is just receiving those empty calories. And so it's the same with these empty goals. These empty goals are made for the ego. So, I want to make, okay, so another thing, an empty goal, it's all because there is no intention behind it. So if I set out 100K as a goal, it can be empty if I just think, I just want to see the numbers in my bank account. That can be an empty goal, but it can be a very not so empty goal, a very deep goal, if I say, okay, so what's behind this goal? What is the intention behind it? What is the why behind it? Why do I want to be making 100K? What can I do and what can I experience out of life, and how can I help society when I make that kind of money? What is the feeling behind all of this? And so this is something that goes beyond the money. It's something that goes beyond what I'm capable of doing with the money. It's something that goes beyond what I think about the money and all of the money blocks that people can have, all of the belief systems that can be in place, and all of this imposter syndrome. self-doubt and self-confidence, all of this goes beyond that, because it has to go higher, has to speak to who I am as a person. It has to speak to what my role in society is and how can I fulfill my passion and purpose in this life, where I can help my community. And so that creates a goal that is more deep. I don't know how to explain this. I can see an empty goal and I can see a deep goal. A full goal, a wholesome goal. I don't know. And so whenever you're setting out these goals, it's important to have a strong why and to have a strong feeling that you want to be feeling once you achieve that, but you channel that to your present moment. So let's say a lot of people say, oh, I will be happy once I get that promotion. No, because if you set it down in that way, you're never going to be happy, because if your happiness is dependent on that promotion that you will get or will not get, who knows, that just means that you're setting out that happiness to the future. And if you keep postponing that to the time that you actually get it, it's never going to be in your present reality. So it's important to feel the feelings that you want to be experiencing right now. So you have a reference already. So if you want to feel passionate, if you want to feel free, you have to channel that for the present moment. So you have a reference already to what it means to feel passionate or to feel free. So what you need to do is remember all of these moments that you felt this way, and channel those moments, channel that emotion, and be in that situation where you felt that, where you were in that situation that was, you're just immersed, probably. You're just surrounded by that feeling, and you link it to the idea of getting the promotion, to the idea of having already received the promotion, having already received the amazing relationship, having already received the 100K. So having already fulfilled your goal. So this is something that you have to trick your mind. You have to anticipate the outcome, but detaching from the outcome. And this is, again, is a lot of people experience a lot of resistance because they're so attached to, it has to be this way, it has to be this way, or I'm going to be sad and terrible. And no, so it's a lot of pressure on the universe to fulfill exactly what you're asking. And this pressure takes you nowhere. Well, it does. It takes you to very overwhelm and frustration, resentment, anger levels that you don't want to be experiencing. So it's important to feel as if you have already received, but feel the gratitude of what it felt to receive that. And know that if it doesn't happen, in the unlikely event, or sometimes likely, who knows, I can desire to fly, but I cannot fly, only in my dreams, not at least in this third dimension. So in the possibility of not happening exactly as you want it to happen, you will be okay. You know that you will be okay, and everything will be okay. And if it's not, maybe it's not the right timing, or maybe it would not serve you with something better is coming along. So it's having that faith and having that ability to release the pressure and just embrace and go with the flow, while still having a sense of direction, followed by your heart. That is the true way to achieve goals and enjoy the journey, and just live a more meaningful and fulfilled life, where you're not just in constant battle with yourself, and you're not just trying to figure out life before it happens, and you let it flow. You tune into your intuition. You allow source to channel through you, to speak through you, to live through you. So you have that passion, and that passion is going to be super contagious, is going to be something that is so attractive to people, that people want to be around you, that people want to help you achieve your goals and be supportive and be loving and kind towards you. And the ones that are not, just means that you've triggered them somehow. So they're still helpful, they're still beneficial, because they show the possibilities of the impact you can have in people. And so, yes, that was it. Reverse engineer your goals, experience the feelings before you achieve whatever it is that you have linked those feelings with the experience, with a goal. Know that you can definitely manifest your reality. You can definitely create your reality in cooperation with the universe. You are held, you are supported, you are love, you are light, and everything is going to be okay. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and much, much love to you. I'll see you next time. Bye. If you are fully committed to your growth, I invite you to book a free inner peace assessment call with me, where we create an action plan to manifest a life worth living with more inner peace and self-love. And for more inspiring content, follow me on Instagram at Coach Joanna Calado and subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Intuitive Being. I will leave everything in the show notes so that you do not miss a thing. I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, slow down and trust yourself. Bye.